Welcome to this new series that I like to call Yu-Gi-Oh! Custom Cards. And I think the dueling logs, the duel logs, more accurate term, for this, for this introduction. So, let's begin with this monster called Slime Dragon and Tree. The dragon is coming out of that little tree right there. And its effect is when this card is normal or special summon, you can select one or search one card from anywhere, deck, graveyard, or banish zone, or a field, to your hand, and if this card is synchro with a monster or monsters, it gains this effect for once per turn. I put it as once per turn because I'm picturing so many people might use it over and over and over again. But its given effect is this card is unaffected by card effects and can't be destroyed by battle if its given effect. I was trying to think of cards that I search for. Like if, like say it's a synchro monster that sorry I burped it, so its given effect is because it's basically a slime dragon inside of the tree. And it's a gray dragon, so moving on. So if this card is if this card is sent to the grave, you can inflict 300 points of damage. Or like damage to your opponent's life points for once per turn. Then this card is sent to the deck from your graveyard, and if you do draw 4 cards from your deck to your hand, you can. So this card can basically is pretty strong if you think about it. I know you might say, but Charles, how is it that the dragon is so strong? You made it broken. Yes, but I added once per turn on it. Like a soft once per turn. So then there's the image, and then now, oops, sorry, that was the other video. So let me go for the colored dragon with 2 faces. So the gray third eye. No. Love you too. Good night.
Don't act so cheerful. Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep tight, but it is almost midnight, so you probably should come in and go to bed.
Yep. Sorry about that. That was my
I am assuming towards you know, but you never know. I was out washing the windows of the truck. I think I got the water spots off the windows. Nice.
so the this one. Sorry about that interruption. The gray creature that's looking right at the camera, that's supposed to be a dragon. And it has like this weird two heads. One has black and green, so does that one, but it has blue and red. And its effect is takes one earth type monster and one or not more or one or more non-tuner monster or monsters like this one, and it will be like one or when this card is synchro summon, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using the fusion materials from anywhere to be fusion summoned to your field in attack mode. And if you do, this card gains 200 attack. So this card is mediocre-ish kind. Like, you don't need fusion. You only need this card, and bada bing, bada boom. And it can special summon all monsters from your graveyard or banner zone to your field as possible. And then this card goes to the extra deck. So all of it's crazy. So, and sorry about that. So the monsters that I sent in was this one, Mother of Time Box. This is a support item for Time Machine. So it's a level 4 that has 100 attack, 100 defense, or 1800 attack or defense. And this is like a effect 1, and you can, when it's normal summon, it's only during normal summon, you can add one time machine from your deck or graveyard or banner zone to your hand. So basically, when I made it, it was used for like brings time monster or like time machine to your hand. And when you set it next turn, you can bring this or bring one monster back and battle constantly. Sorry about that. And if this card attacks your monster before damage calculations, you can add all cards from your graveyard to your deck and shuffle it, and this card gains 100 attack and defense from your deck by this effect for once per turn. There is a period. Let me zoom in on it. There should be right here between 4 once per turn. It's at the N or between N and I. So the dual logs forgot about that part. If this card first gets battle thing, allows you to basically, if you had like pieces of Exodia or something that you don't want in a graveyard to be in your deck, you can summon it and it attacks into like a monster, and all those cards from your graveyard herd to your hand. And I have tested this deck out. So basically, she can gain a lot of attack points for, or if there was like say 5 cards in the graveyard, he can, or you can basically give 5 million, or I'll say 500 points to this monster. But if there's like 25, there's would be 2, 5, 0, 0, 0 attack points. Makes this card the most broken card that I ever made. And if this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon this card. Nerd. To your field in the defense mode. And if you do, this card gains 100 attack and defense for each time the duel logs miss that words. Like the for each time. See, I made a pun. See, it's mother of time. I had to put for each time this card comes back from your graveyard. You can only use this effect for once per turn. And the duel logs forgot one thing. I actually drew it out. The picture that you see before you, the one with the green hair, is Midoriya from My Hero Academia, Deku. And he, in the, from What If Deku meets a different versions of himself. And a time machine. I was trying to draw my best to draw it. So then, well, Labyrinth. No, let's skip over to, and this one, don't worry, it's Labyrinth wall thing, but I couldn't get the image. This is the upgraded version. So let's do. I did one support item called. Hold. Alright, so let me find it. It was. Oh, let's do this one. Paper Duel. This card. So I was itching my nose. This card is called Paper Duel. Spell card. It's a field spell. I know. And it has the effect of this card is activated before the duel starts, so it can't be negated. And then this card is activated. Both players have to say a effect, and then both players have to add their own effects to their monsters or monsters. And this card can't be negated. You can special summon 5 monsters from your deck to your field in attack mode. and then this card comes right back after, or comes right to back to your hand from your graveyard for after 3 turns. So basically, everyone knows how papers work. That you just draw. So this one, like this first effect, the before the duel thing, I have seen some cards that like during like the halfway through a duel, it's like all that. But it has also, I know it's a meme because there's a troll face right there. There's Superman's logo with that stuff. So this one allows us or players to add like certain new effects to the old cards. Okay, so now let's go on to heroes, shall we? This is the my version. It's called Elemental Fusion. Sorry about that. Elemental Fusion Stain. It takes 3 warrior type monsters. When this card is fusion summoned, you can select 1 card from your deck or graveyard or banish them to your hand. And then this card gains the effects of that fusion materials. And if this card is sent to the grave, you can activate one of these effects. So let's start with his middle effect first before I do it. And so like say if I wanted to have a because it needs 3 cards. So if I pick say if I wanted to pick Flame Wingman, him, the one that's above looks like the elemental hero Flame Wingman, above that guy. Not Clayman, but this guy above him. The one that looks like a bunch of pipes things. And the Thunder Giant. So I will gain, or say if I use that on to create him, I can basically use Flame Wingmans, or instead of all 3, this one uses okay. So he will, every time he destroys a monster with his own effect, your opponent gains life points instead of loses life points. So that's what it a combo with. So but then if it will be broken, and so now it's once per turn thing. This card is special summoned to your field and attack. You can special summon all the fusion materials from anywhere to your field in the defense mode. And both players must draw 5 cards. And you can add fusion, and then this card is sent, or you can then this card is special summoned to your field in defense mode. So then the evil heroes, Listener, I like that because it looks like a turtle. Who likes turtles? I know I do. So, this pendulum monster allows all monsters to gain, like, sorry about that, the gains this effect for once per turn. Is this card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects and can't be destroyed by battle, and all evil hero monsters gain 200 attack for each turn. So, like, they have battle protection and all that extra stuff that's on the bottom. Basically, gives him or gives them to summons and all that stuff. So, you will hit hero Earthquake. We have seen elemental hero Clayman, Bubble Man, and all that stuff. But this Earthquake one is, if this card is added to your hand by a card effect, you can special summon this card to your side of field in the defense mode. So, if this card is summoned this way, you can add one Dark Fusion or one evil hero monster from anywhere to your field or to your hand, and then all that extra stuff. So, evil hero Beast Man raises your hand if you know Hawks, or like the from Spider-Man, Vulture. That's what his name is. I was trying to base his effect off of that. But this one adds like Earthquake, but it will be special summon. To you. And then all that stuff. And so then Planet of Storms has the powerfulest effect. So here, let me 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm letting you read it, so that's why. Go ahead. Alright. Could you read that far? And so, plus I remade Clear Rage Golem. This card is unaffected by Clear World, or you are unaffected by Clear World. If this card makes a direct attack and inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict 300 damages for each card in your opponent's hand. And if you do, this card gains 500 attack points for each card in both players' graveyards, and if this card is sent to the grave by battle or by card effect, you can special summon this card from anywhere to your field in attack mode with, of course, 550 attack points, and you can only use this effect of Clear Rage Golem for once for each turn. So it's basically wax in, do damage, it gains, and when it dies, it comes back. So, like, all that. And this is Gurren Lagann. It's special summons, and this is Beastman's, and then upgrades, and then Happy, or Chaz of Happy. Now, sorry, I'm talking so fast. So, when this card is summoned, you can, or it's like normal summon or special summon. I was going to put that, but then I decided just say summon. So then you can roll a 6-sided dice, and then this card gains that effect. to or gains effect equal to that number. Draw one card for each level of this card. 2 is special summon 4 monsters from your deck. 3, your opponent's monster loses 25 attack and defense for each card on the field. Basically, every monster will have 0 attack on your opponent's field. Number 4 is add 4 cards from your deck to your hand. But when I added that effect in, then I thought of Exodia. Like if you had one piece of Exodia, like a helmet thing or a head, and activate that and you got 4, you automatically win the duel. And then it's 5, send 4 cards from your opponent's deck to the banish zone. And then number 6 is you win the duel. So, like what I said, there's possibilities are endless. So don't worry. And don't worry about Wacky Fusion Monster. It's basically has like tribute all 4 and then it chooses one. Remember that. And this card. Ready? So I'm going a little bit fast. So Bad Girl of Judge. It's supposed to be like a judge's daughter, basically. And this one is when this card is normal summoners, you can activate one of these effects for once per turn. You can change this type of this or change the type of this card and destroy all cards from your opponent's field. You can inflict 100 damages to your opponent's life points. And if this card is sent to the grave, you can add 1 Eye of Truth and 1. So basically, I try to use like bad reaction to Samachi and Eye of Truth together. So you see that little girl right there? That's supposed to be the monster's daughter, and that daughter's mother is over there, and she had a key is right there. And now Yugi of Infinity, all that stuff, Dixel fusion of the mind. There is one monster that I will have to do. Ready? And he is a fusion monster, such as the theduellogs, or Lord of the Bean Mane. It takes 1 Jerry Bean Man and 1 Toon Warrior. When this card is fusion summoned, you can special summon 2, like basically fusion summon those, like say monsters and all that stuff. And I created these super long time ago, but this one, Jinjo Lord of Metal thing, is still a machine type, but it's basically Jinzo and spell canceller put together. So it contribute it, or you can tribute Jinzo to summon it. And your opponent's spells and trap cards can't be activated. Negate all your opponent's spells and trap cards. If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon one, all that. And then this card is sent to your hand from your graveyard or banish them to your. You can only use this effect. So, it's pretty powerful. Broken, yes. And this is the archetype that I was trying to send to you, dual logs, if you're watching this. The hard training of anime is basically tribute. Where is she? Her. They're all girls, by the way. Anime gear are all girls. So, she gets tributed to summon this anime gear or this, and then it's all. So that's why, and this is all craziness. And Chazzy, Lord of Dragons. If there was ever the alternate version, there would be that. And that looks like the same picture that was Mother of Time and all that stuff. Okay? So, have fun. And we'll see the dual logs Hugs live stream. And all these are broken in their own way, but they were my first cards. And the dual logs forgot this card. So it's supposed to help with the dark soul dragon, cyber dark dragon. And when this card is summon, you can summon all the usual cyber dark monsters, and then Blackluster Soldier Army and Blackluster Soldier's Girlfriend, Curse of Blackluster Soldier, Curse Soldier Ritual. See, I made look like a president thing. And My Hero Academia Staying Kid is attacks, all this and all this. Here, I'll let you read that. And 1, 2, 3. And this one is supposed to be the strongest of the bunch. So, okay, because it has a story to tell. Once there was the man, he went up to heaven, and he went and stole the heavy storm. The first effect, adds a heavy storm. And then the people, got so mad at him. That's what his referencing, his single one, Summon the Wind Monster. And then and cursed him to becoming a chicken and stole the heavy tornado thing back to. So that's why that's referencing his effect. But his friends stepped in or draw 4 cards. And basically, and the duellogs forgot about this guy. And he is the most powerfulest one. And he also can be the broken card. So bye-bye. And I'm timed. So done.